Hey! Hi, everybody. Wow. I think I got a tan. I have a guest tonight. My name is Andrew Champagne. I am host of Democrats Live at 525. I have my buddy Romeo von Herman here, who I did not know has his own show. And I was like, well, you do this. Want me to show you how to put the mic? Is he going to come? Is he going to be late?
Yeah.
He's already been on TV more than me. I'd like to thank Stephen and Kevin and Jordan and Lauren Glendavidian and Melissa and I don't know, everybody else on Town Meeting TV. I really appreciate it. We got some subjects. Now I want to show everybody something. I bought this at Junk Teaks just before I came over. The two martyred Kennedys. The best of the 60s right there, man.
Looks good.
Both assassinated. So terrible.
So sad, really.
And then their other brother killed in World War II in a terrible bombing accident.
Wow.
And then Ted. Jeez, no wonder the guy had a drink, huh? My God. It's pretty cool. Kevin, you like that? Yeah, man. It's almost in like Jesus light. Romeo.
Yeah, it looks good.
Let me hear you, man.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It does. It's cool.
It's really nice.
I'd like to give a shout out to Junk Teaks because those guys, Finn is the absolute best.
Is that where you got it from?
Yeah,
or?
just,
okay.
yeah. And I'd like to thank Jonathan there too. He always watches out for me. I found with just on a serious note, if you're doing any kind of like democratic collecting,
right.
You can't collect everything, man. You just can't. We all live in small apartments.
Right.
But I focus on Kennedy and Roosevelt, and those guys save stuff for me. And
that is so nice.
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Well, it's great. Okay, so I want to hear a little about you. I want to hear a little about your show. When is it on? Can we put up our names underneath there, Kevin? Maybe today too. Okay, not sure. Hey, quickly before we get to anything, I got to do what I do every time.
Yes.
COVID is not over.
No, it's not. No.
Far from over.
Yep.
People are still dying in Vermont from COVID.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
If you have a pre-existing condition,
yeah,
it'll get you. Now, you got to wear a mask if you ever feel like you need to wear a mask, put your damn mask on.
Right. Hasn't COVID become endemic at this point? Like a continuous thing that's not going anywhere.
It's never going anywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, really.
You know, obviously, I'm not an expert, but I do not know of a new booster. I think I got 5 shots.
I think I'm already about there, really. I remember getting at least my 5th or 6th shot already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a 6th. I'll tell you that 5th, the 4 were cool, but that 5th, I was out, man. Yeah. I was out like a love light, man. I was done.
Jeez.
I was exhausted.
Are you under the weather today, or no?
Oh no, the 5th shot when I got the COVID.
Okay.
No, do I look all right?
Yeah, you look fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me get back to COVID, please.
Yes.
With COVID came a lot of problems, like not having money to heat your house, perhaps developing a drug and alcohol problem,
right.
Or picking up bad habits,
right.
Losing a job, getting evicted, getting arrested, being homeless, being strung out, being down and out, being without hope.
Right.
The state has a number that we can try to help you with all this. I want you to do this on your show too, always. He'll put that up. 211, okay?
211, yep.
Yeah.
Need help, call 211.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now listen, we're not going to know for, 20 years, 10 years at least, what COVID did long term to us. You know, I know that I lived alone. I isolated. I mean, there was days where I probably saw no one. And, that's not good for you. And these winters are long.
Right. I mean, place that gets, 6 months cold?
Oh, really? 7 months cold.
Yeah.
May was cold.
Yeah, no, that has a lot of effect on the people's health, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to thank Community Health. They're a godsend for this neighborhood. Not enough people use it. Right across the street. We are doing the show live right as we speak at 5:31 on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Wow. I'd like to just remember my great friend Paul's dad. His name was Walter Koenig, and on that day, he was a young pilot, and he woke up in the morning in England,
Right.
flew over to France, bombed, flew back, got more bombs, flew to France again, and came back.
Jeez.
Hey, how was your day? So if anyone ever has a friggin' bad day, I don't want to hear it, okay?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Those guys hit the beach, man.
Yeah. Those guys are different kind of guys, really.
There's so
not
few
anywhere near
left.
What we have today. It's a different kind of group of people.
The greatest generation.
Yeah.
It really, and one thing about those cats, they did not complain.
No.
They did not
They stood up, did their thing, and
stand up.
and got on with the day, really, with no complaints.
We pressed a lot of it too, unfortunately.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
June 6th, President Biden.
You move your mic up a little bit,
Up on my tie? Yeah, sure.
kind of covering it up.
Okay.
There you go.
You saying it's a cover up here?
Thank you.
Kevin, can you come out here for a second, please? Kevin? I'd like to get him on camera for a second.
He's checking your mic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. He's the
Yeah,
greatest
but-
guy. Is he do your show too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's going to come out. Okay.
But those guys are, to be honest with you, they're. I mean, I wasn't alive at the time, but they're a different kind of guys. I mean, they knew what was to be done. They did the job.
They were badass MFers, man. Don't not kid yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
They were all between 19 and about 24.
I will admit, I wish I was alive that time because that would have been a different experience for me.
You might not have made it home.
That too.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of guys. Well, for example, my aunt, she's gone now. All my aunts and all my uncles, and this sounds like the most American guys. Uncle Charlie, Uncle Frank, Uncle Nick, Uncle John, Uncle James. They were all in the big one. And my Aunt Anne, oh, I saw pictures of her in the war. She was unbelievably beautiful. She was almost like an actress. Her best friend was killed in Europe.
I'm sorry.
No, not her best friend. Excuse me. Her fiance was killed in Europe, and her fiance's best friend came calling.
Okay.
That turned out to be my uncle. That happened a lot.
Wow.
Your buddy died. You went to visit his girl, his fiance.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah,
A lot of guys got married right before. You know, they knew their girl 6 months.
Right. But didn't most of them, when they came back, all of them get married and have children?
Yes, in 1946 and 1947, that's the peak population years.
Right.
That's the year of the baby boomers. The baby boomers were from 1946 to 1964, which is an 18 years, too long.
Yeah. A lot of children born.
Now the baby boomers are all, well, I'm last of the baby boomer. I'm 61. My sister was born December 14th, 1964, so she's 59. So baby boomers go from 77 to 59. It's actually too long a generation, but they're all getting older now. They're passing away. They're using services. Their families, you know, the guys came back and got right to work. There wasn't a lot of talk about the war. There wasn't a lot of reflection.
Right. But now you got this generation, completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different. And
You know, the mission of what is the mission of the Army? You know what it is. It's one thing, and that is to kill people, okay? And anyone...
what about to serve?
To serve, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
when you sign up for that, you're saying that I will take a life.
Absolutely.
Now, my friend, this country has been so good to me. I tell you, I really has, man. And I choke up when I think, see, when I was a kid,
Right.
I knew a lot of World War II guys. I remember this guy Dell. He's long gone. We used to go to this bar, and he showed me his leg, and it was all like pockmarked. And he said, like that was on June 8th. He was in France, and he got some shrapnel. He's just a working class guy, and he's showing me this Christ from D-Day. Anyway, America. President Biden is over in France. He's, I think, in Calais today.
Right.
That's kind of where. Now his generation, they identified. The war, we're 80 years away from D-Day and we're 79 years away from VJ Day. But
Wow.
that war has really defined us in the last 80 years.
America.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hundreds of World War II vets served in Congress.
Right.
Oh, hey, we got some footage up of D-Day. Oh, man.
Because the Vietnam War is unique to America, right? Because it wasn't involved in Europe. Europeans
Right.
weren't involved. So
Right.
this one, D-Day, was involved in North America and Europe.
Right.
along with
Eisenhower was the supreme commander.
Right.
Now look at those guys. They were sitting effing ducks, weren't they? And look at the water. It's choppy.
Yeah, those are strong men.
Now a lot of guys drowned in the water.
Oh yeah.
Because in World War II, now they've started to change this. I'm not kidding. The guys were, the guys were a lot smaller back then. Okay, the average guy was maybe 150, 160 pounds, not 180, 190.
Wow.
They had a lot of gear on, way too much gear.
Wow.
And they ditched a lot of the gear.
Right.
But sometimes, look at these guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, they were basically being put out there to really face the music, basically.
See, what they did was they bombed and shelled beforehand.
Right.
You know, but the Germans were dug in. They were dug in. They did. See, we did a lot of elaborate fakes to think that the invasion was going to come somewhere else. Like we had fake planes, fake tanks. They set up fake camps. They had spies that they arranged to be captured. They would tell the local sketchballs some nonsense story, and there was all this disinformation. Thank you for that archival footage. Kevin's about my age. He knew plenty of World War II guys.
Right.
Here they are coming into France. And see, all of a sudden, it goes from deep to looks like you could just walk with your feet. So
Right.
the boats sometimes got stuck.
Yeah, no, those were different times. Those were
Yes,
different
they were.
times. And bless
And
their
you-
hearts,
you
because
see-
they were fighting for democracy.
You see above the boat, there's those things in the water. Those are like barbed wire that the Germans put in. And so you see from this footage, they had to land, my God, these poor guys had to go in like about 3 knots an hour
Yeah.
and then take off again. So the terror of getting everyone off. And the vets talk about how unbelievably loud it was, and everyone, they'd eaten breakfast, and I think a lot of people maybe threw up their breakfast and were crying and moaning and crying for their mom. It was pretty scary, man. And
Imagine how all that has changed now. Now you got drones. You got
now this probably
other
was not
things,
taken
so-
on June 6th because
Yeah.
it's a little afterwards, but it's not like the fighting ended June 6th. For example, in Italy, the Germans fought to the last day. That's like May 1945.
Wow.
Hey, well, thank you, Kevin. Wow, man.
That's pretty wild. And
You know what's
And
trippy?
it's
If that was in
amazing.
color,
yeah, no, that's
there'd be some
it's,
rough colors, man.
yeah. God bless their heart.
Freedom
really.
isn't free.
No, it's not free. It's being fought. And,
It's under danger right now.
yeah, and you know what? For somebody who moved from another country to come here,
Right.
and become a United States citizen, looking at these images means a lot to me, because a lot of people fought hard for me to be here.
A
and
lot
be
of
part
immigrant
this-
guys joined right up.
Exactly, and be part of this amazing country.
Didn't make
you
it
know,
back,
so
man.
no, not at all. And I'm living their story really. So I'm grateful for what they've done, and
I'd like to
kind of paving the way for us, basically, as it were.
I almost feel like tearing up because, I remember those guys, and, when I first met those guys, let's say when I was a kid out in the town, whatever, having a beer, let's say I was 20, they were like 50, 55. They were fun guys. That was a heavy drinking generation.
Yeah,
But
they also built America.
absolutely.
These kids built America.
For example, like the new North End, all those houses up there were built
Yeah.
like in 1 year because the problem in 1946 and 47,
Yeah.
everyone was getting married, everyone was having children, there was no housing.
Right.
Now, there's a joke that when Roosevelt died and Truman was at his apartment,
Right.
that he got calls that night, if you could believe it, to rent the apartment. That's how.
Man.
All right,
that's,
man.
That's pretty wild.
So listen, let's talk about a couple things.
Yes.
Burlington Discover Jazz Fest is going on right
Now.
now. Okay, hold on. There we
Fifth. Yep, we're
go.
there.
When it looks upside down, I always have to move it around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
June 5th.
I'm
through
going to
the-
walk up. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It started last night with a great performance at the Flynn.
Yep.
And tonight there's jazz at the top block of the Flynn.
Yeah.
And then followed, thank you, Romeo.
Yeah.
And then followed by free shows at the waterfront, Friday and Saturday. Big Frida. And then, I don't know if you ever heard Fela Kuti from Kenya. His son is playing here.
Yep.
Big Frida.
I know Fela Kuti. Is he Nigerian, actually?
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Typical American. Oh, it's Africa. It's got to be Kenya.
That's fine.
Okay. His name is Suyan Kuto.
Okay.
In Egypt, 80.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm going to be doing a voter reg at, Robert Glasper. So, Jazz Fest is in its 41st year. I've done 27 of them.
Wow.
But I'd like to thank Ms. Doreen Kraft, who's head of BCA. She has done all 41.
Yes.
That's a lot of jazz. Please come down and support the jazz. I saw the high school students playing today. That is nothing funner than watching those kids play and their parents just watching, and just like small town kids from Enosburg and kids from like Barrie and little towns, the islands, and
they are playing on Church Street, correct?
Church Street, yeah.
Okay, I was there and I saw them.
lunchtime.
Really, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have 18 minutes left. No, we have 5:56, so we have 14 minutes left. This is what I want you to talk about.
Yes.
I'm going to take a break off the mic and I'm going to give you a couple minutes, okay?
No worries.
Okay, make sure you show them that, okay?
Okay. All right, so we have the Juneteenth, which is I think this is the camera that I'm looking at. Okay. So we have the Juneteenth that is coming up, which is once a year event celebrating the freedoms achieved by African Americans. It's celebrating the hard work put in getting the freedom, but also addressing the suffrage that we African Americans faced in this beautiful country of ours. Now, this is slated actually for, I don't know if you can see it, this is slated for, let's see here, next Saturday, June 15th. So you can actually get that information if you go to the city website, Burlington, Vermont, or burlingtonvt.gov. It should be there on it, as well as the Racial Equity and Belonging website, and I think that is reibtv.org. But don't hold me onto that. But I believe that's where it might be. Actually, here it is. It is on btv.juneteenth.com. What am I talking about? Right here. It's right. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. And the event is to bring the community together with conversation, historical reactions and reflections, artistic collaborations, family fun, and Freedom Jubilee. So bring your family, friends, and everybody that you can bring. It is a day to basically really celebrate the lives of the freedom fighters and people who've been through a lot here in Burlington, Vermont, and around the country as well. This happens at City Hall Park, the Contest Auditorium, which is on the lower Church Street Marketplace, right by the Burlington City Arts Gallery, as well as the BTV Market. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This event is sponsored by the city, I believe. It says presented by the city, Northfield Savings Bank, the REIB community, as well as the Front Porch Forum. 7 Days supports this event, and 95 Triplex, I believe that's a radio station. It is produced by OK, is producing this event, and it's going to be pretty lovely. I think, to be honest with you, this will be my second experience of Juneteenth. I've never been to once in the past, and I think our president made it an official national holiday, though I don't think it's that observed in terms of taking off from work. I don't know if banks close or major government centers close per se. Again, I'm not aware of it, but I think as time goes on and every year comes along, I think I could foresee that happening and the state passing a sort of like not necessarily recognition, but like actually everybody taking off and our services, people getting their CTO, staying home and celebrating and all that kind of stuff. Just like people do, I think, for Christmas or Thanksgiving, that kind of days. But in any event, Saturday, June 15th, 2024, between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. It's a free celebration, as I see here. 50 plus performers will be gonna be at the event. A lot of people to name here. To be honest with you, I don't see it the other side. But it's going to be a lot of people. You can visit the website. I think it's already there. Juneteenth, BTV, June 15th, 2024, downtown Burlington. I think there's an awesome video already up that you can watch. You can go to that website and stay connected. There's an Instagram and Facebook associated with the event and the day, where the artist information will probably be there on that website as well, where you can check out and connect with the folks that are setting up this event, and you can show up, bring your friends, like I said earlier, your family. It's a day to celebrate the African American life and suffrage and everything that we've been through out here. It's going to be a lot of fun, to be honest with you. It's going to be good, and I think you're going to have a lot of amazing experience. There's amazing food being given out as well, and a lot of music being played, and it's going to be some DJs, I believe. They're going to be playing some good music, and some artists going to be singing. So yeah, it's going to be, if you love dancing, singing, hanging out, talking to, making some new friends, maybe get a haircut. Yeah, it's a good place to connect with, people, share your experience of this really most important day in American history, which is one of the most important days in American history, to be honest with you. I see that there's a diversity events that are happening all over the place. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day, and I can't wait to see how things go that day. But looking at the historical context going back to this day, and the fact that it means a lot, not only just to me, but fellow African Americans, and I'm a first generation migrant here in America, it really speaks a lot to what, recognizing our city is taking a step forward in having these all-important events happen, and not just kind of put it under the rug, as it were, and create events where people can come together, have a conversation about the past, but also celebrate what unites us as people, but also, make it as much fun as possible, invite people from outside Burlington, outside the country, hopefully, and have them come here and celebrate with us this important day. And as you can see, the website, it has the events happening at City Hall, events happening at the Marketplace, events happening at the Contos Auditorium Room. You can see Freedom events happening, and this is going to be fantastic from 11 in the morning through 11 p.m. So make time, take some time off from work or anything that you're doing, and yeah, you're going to have a blast, really. You're going to have an amazing time. I think it's going to be really, really awesome. I can see DJ Black is playing sometime 8:30 to 9 p.m. And some good stuff is happening between 9 and 10:15, followed by DJ Ron, I believe, happening between 10:15 and 11 p.m. So there's going to be a lot of dancing, different kind of music. Really, it's going to be pretty good. And Church Street Marketplace does have a lot of good events going on that day on Juneteenth. And it generally will begin from 12:30 to 1 p.m. the first event, followed by 1:15 to 1:45, and so on and so forth. So yeah, a lot is going on Church Street Marketplace. So come through. I'm a Church Street Marketplace commissioner myself. So if you see me walking along the marketplace, come and say hello, and I'm happy to introduce you to the rest of the folks that are going to be part of the event. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of dancing, a lot of conversations, a lot of seeing the arts and culture of what makes our country great, what makes our fellow African Americans amazing folks to be around and celebrate their cause. And
you better get ready to dance, man.
I'm a good dancer, I think. I don't know. Well, people, it's up to people to judge, but I think I'm a good dancer. I hope.
Now,
but yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Now, I just registered my 1,805th voter the other day at the Flynn. So I take voting very seriously, as you know.
Well done. Well done.
And I'd like to announce that I've been asked back, and we will be doing tabling there from 1 to 7. I was told you're going to come down and hang out with me, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. We're going to be talking to people. And you know what? I think, I'm 99% sure, Town Meeting TV is going to be down there. Of course.
Yes.
Kevin. Of course Kevin's invited. Jordan's invited. No, I think they're going to be down there filming. We have 5 minutes left. So I think what we're going to do, Kevin, you have more of that footage of D-Day? Okay. He and I are out. We're going to give you 5 minutes of D-Day. God bless you.
Thank
See
you.
you at Juneteenth. See you at Jazz Fest.
See you on Saturday at 12 p.m. I am going to be having my show.
Tell them when your show is.
People, Power, and Politics. I'm going to be having actually the mayor.
Excellent.
Mayor Emma Mulvaney-Stanek is going to be with me on Saturday at 12 p.m. So technically, if you want to make it to here, you're invited to come and watch in person. We don't have a lot of seats, but I think there might be enough. But this is a recorded show. My show is recorded, so you'll be able to watch the following week. But I do invite you to come in and watch the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking.
We're jumping out.
So, but anyway,
Romeo, thank you.
Yep.
God bless all of you. Okay. Take care. We're going to give you some D-Day footage. And remember, these guys are pretty much all gone now, and 80 years ago today. And just thank a vet. And when I see a homeless vet, it breaks my heart, because these guys, man, they did it. They did it. Thank you.